Swingler, your host here. Happy to be in the place, in this space right now with you. I am so honored to be able to be here to share what we are about to share. Listen, because scared money don't make money. You need to realize and remember that. Scared money does not make money. And so I brought someone here that's going to be able to help us understand that. But first, let me just share something. Let me share what I mean by scared money does not make money. I read this amazing book, and in this book, this king gave money to 3 of his servants. To one of them, he gave like $5,000. To one of them, he gave $2,000. And to one of them, he gave $1,000. But then he left. And he said, I'll be back. I'm going to be back. When he got back, the one he gave $5,000 to was so proud to come before him and say, listen, I took your 5 and I made it into 10. Here you go. And he said, well done, my good and faithful servant. You see that? He doubled what he had. The one he gave $2,000 did the same. He said, listen, you gave me 2, I'm giving you back 4. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Listen, the one who got $1,000, why do you think he got $1,000? Why did he get 1, the other get 2, and the other one get 5? Why do you think? Let's get into this money matter right now. Listen, I'm going to finish that story for you, but I think this episode will help you answer the question of why scared money does not make money. I am honored to have with us today the amazing, the smart, the wise, the financially prosperous. Hey, Michael Horton. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. Listen, scared money don't make money. Sir, do you agree?
I couldn't agree more. And your intro was awesome. Like, I feel so honored to be here. Thank you for the invite. Oh my goodness. Your story's on point. I love that story. Love that story.
All right. So I told the people we were going to come back to that story. And I ended with the person that got, I want to not say only, but I have to. I feel the need. I want to say only got $1,000. Listen, $1,000 is a lot. You don't have anything. You have nothing. $1,000 is a lot. That's a lot. So he got a lot in the time, day and time of this story. He got a lot. That's a lot. So of course, I'm just using my narrative of the story. So why would you say he only got 1,000?
Yeah, because he knew he would squander it away and blow it. His priorities aren't in order. I'm feeling the same way right now about, we talk about generational wealth, right? But then you leave the wealth to somebody else who blows it. And so there's no really generational wealth. It's like a relay race. When you pass that baton, they're supposed to run faster than you ran. But if they drop the baton, go back, can't find the baton, you're like, why did I pass it to you? So yes, indeed, you get 1,000. I absolutely agree. I want to give it to somebody who's going to run the race faster than I ran the race. Like, thank you. I got it from here. That's why.
Oh my gosh. So that answers the question of why the others got more and why he got less. Now I want to know, are you familiar with the story that I'm talking about?
I am.
You are. So can you further elaborate as to why he only showed back up with the same amount? What were the things that you would say in today's time would be holding someone back from multiplying their money?
Yes, he took the money and he just hoarded it, like, in a safe place. He didn't want to lose it. And I get that. Like, he didn't want to lose the money and then be embarrassed, like, oh, I'm so sorry I lost the money you gave me. So he was playing it safe. And that's cool. But yeah, maybe he didn't understand the point of the gift, But a lot of people play it safe because they don't want to lose. And so their fear of losing is greater than their interest in winning. They fear losing it more. And so you got to have some balance. You got to have some balance between what you fear losing or what you think about gaining. And sometimes we need safe money. We need safe money because stuff happens. If you're a homeowner and a tree falls on your roof or your car breaks down, you need money set aside for, rainy day. Life will happen. Life gives everyone that hand once in a while. You're like, what? I didn't know. So you do need some safe money. But if the mission is to grow it, then you don't want to be safe with it. So
if the mission is to grow it, what? That did help.
And I got one last thing.
Yes.
When I talk to potential investors, there's something called risk tolerance. Not everyone has the same level of can handle a certain amount of risk. Some people are by nature gamblers, and some people are conservative. So I always ask them their risk profile first before I give them advice about what to invest in. If you're the nervous person that can't sleep at night because you think the bank might fail or you don't know about the stock market, and so it's a different risk profile. Some people are gamblers or adventurers. They want to take risks. Like me, I jump out of an airplane. I went skydiving. Some people are like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm staying right here on the ground. So there's not a one size fits all when it comes to investing. Some people are just by nature super conservative.
All right. You just let the cat out of the bag. I want you to tell everybody who Michael Horton is, who Coach Mike is. You said the key word. The key word was investing. Elaborate, sir.
Yes. So there's a difference, and I want to say this even first. There's a big difference between saving and investing, and we need to know the difference. Like you're saving for that vacation next summer, for that cruise. You're saving for maybe your kids got a prom coming up. You're saving for a rainy day, right? But investing is a totally different mindset. It's going to grow, and it may lose some money. It may gain some money. It's going to go up and down. It won't be a straight line. So when you're investing, that's not the same as saving money. Saving money is good, and we all need to save money. But there's a big difference between saving for a rainy day, for something specific, versus investing. If your kid is 3 years old and you want to save for college, that's 15 years down the road. You should be investing, not just saving the money. You got 15 years coming up. So yes, I am Coach Mike, and I coach new investors on how to get started. So formally, I have a long history, and I don't know how much time we have, but I'll try to keep it short and brief.
You're good.
I'm good. Okay, so I started investing and being exposed to Wall Street because I was a New Yorker, and some people want to play for the Knicks or the Nets or the Rangers, or they want to be on Broadway. I wanted to work on Wall Street. So I've always been interested in finance and working in stocks and investing in money. I thought it was magical how you could put in 1,000 and your money goes to work. Isn't that? We go to work from 9 to 5, but you can actually take your money, tell your money, go to work and make some more money. So I thought that concept was fascinating. But I coach people, mostly new people who have never invested before and are scared to invest for whatever reason. There are lots of myths and misconceptions. They don't know. And I guess it's fear of the unknown, right? Whether it's afraid of the dark or the monsters under your bed, people are afraid of the unknown. And so they don't want to do it because they don't know. I've heard so-and-so, my uncle lost money, but they don't really know the real story. So what I do is I coach them, and I have a saying, I want them to get off the bench and get in the game, okay? I also have a 23-year history of coaching girls basketball. I've coached every level from 3rd grade to middle school to high school, Division I, Division III, semi-pro, adult women, AAU basketball. I've coached up and down the scale, everything except WNBA. And they're at every game, whether it's football, baseball, soccer, there are people that's on the field, and then there's people that's in the bleachers screaming their lungs out. I'm trying to get people in the game. Get off the bench, stop screaming and yelling, get in the game. It's a wonderful game. I can teach you the rules of how it works. So I coach people on how to get started. And then the second thing is the people who are already investing, but they I'm not so sure, I've been doing this, but I need to bounce an idea off of you. Like, Mike, what do you think about buying Amazon? Do you think I should buy Target or whatever the stock is, right? They're already in the game, but they got questions. Like, I need to know, I'm not so sure about this one. So that's my target audience, people who have never invested before and people who are just getting started, but still need some help. And so that is me.
Never invested before, still getting started, but need help. What is your definition for investing? Now, I know we're talking money, so I'm talking That definitely, I believe that words apply to different
Mm,
situations differently. So, what is your definition of investing?
mm, ooh. Now, I love that. I love that. Like, because you're right. Words matter. Words matter. So some people invest in real estate. They want to buy a house and rent it out, right? And then have tenants. Some people want to buy real estate and flip it. Some people invest in art. Some people invest in crypto. So you're right. Investing could be in anything. I mean, sometimes you invest in a relationship or you invest in your education. You spend 4 years going to college to get the degree. You investing, you're putting in time into your education. Hopefully it will pay off and get you a good paying job, right? So you're right. I love the word invest could be applied to many different areas. You got to put time in, put work in, sometimes put money in, and you're looking for a payoff down the road. So I personally I love the stock market. That is my passion. But it doesn't have to be stocks. It could be so many things, not limited to stocks. That just happens to be my passion, being a New Yorker. So
That just happened to be your passion. Listen, I want to
and,
know. Yes, I'm listening.
and I'm good with numbers. So that just kind of worked out in my favor. I'm just good with numbers. So that just kind of happened. Yeah. So
That just kind of happened. Okay. Okay.
because
And you love numbers.
we all have gifts. We all have gifts. Some people can dance really well. Some people are artists. Some people can write poetry. I'm good with numbers. I'm
Good
good with
with numbers.
numbers, and I have a passion for teaching and coaching, and I have a passion for investing. So they just all came together.
Yes. That's beautiful that you were able to bring them together. I want to get, just the story. I'm still not done with the
Mm,
story I read from this great book. Listen, Matthew 25, 14 through 28. This is the story I'm referring to. The person who gave the money to the servants was the king.
mhm.
I want you to answer the question: why do the rich keep getting richer while the poor stay broke?
Mm, that's deep. That's deep. But I love it because some people can't handle the truth. But let's talk about the truth. Ooh. So one thing I think the rich have in their favor is that they have a head start. So it's sometimes unfair. We're not starting at the same place. That is a huge disadvantage that we have. But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm not here to make excuses. We've seen so many success stories of rags to riches and people, whether it's Jay-Z or anybody, whether it's an athlete or an actor or an actress. You don't have to start out rich. You can still make it. But one of the big advantages they have is that they're starting ahead of us. So I heard this a long time ago when George Bush was president, right? Before Barack Obama, right? Somebody said George Bush George Bush started life on third base, but he thinks he hit a triple. So yeah, you didn't hit, you didn't earn it. Like you were placed on third base. And so you got one more base to go. You're already there. Whereas we come to the plate probably with two strikes already, or at least one strike, right? And we're like, whoa, it's three strikes and you're out. Like, so yeah, that's a big advantage that we got a lot of ground to make up. But I'm not here to make excuses. But I would say that is one reason that they have a head start. From generation, passing it down, passing the baton. They got a head start. But that's not all. There's some other reasons.
Okay, wait. Okay, we're gonna get to reason number 2. But
Yes,
you
that's
see
reason number
me over here having a problem because you keep saying we. Tell us who you're
Our
referring to.
people, black people, and actually black and brown people, any poor people, even poor white people in West Virginia or wherever they may be. I'm not about to say colors. It's really in this country is becoming a class warfare, the rich versus the poor. And the rich don't care. The only color the rich care about is green. That's the only color is green. It's not black, white, Hispanic, Latino. It's green. They care about green. If you got green, we can talk because they care about green. They use race as a tool to divide us, but they really care about is green. So that's the color that we need to focus on, is focus on the green. That's what we need to focus on.
I think that, okay, so I agree with that mostly.
Okay.
I also feel as though it is a good old boys club and they do keep certain members out. And by good old boys, I'm not saying male, female. I do believe that they have a mission to maintain the fruits of this world in the same community.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting that you said it's black brown, even white.
Mm-hmm.
It's under the umbrella of poor.
Mm-hmm.
That under that umbrella of poor, looking at the rich, their drive, their goal that I see. So my personal opinion is that
Mm-hmm.
they keep it in the community that they've built. That's the goal. Would you
Absolutely.
agree?
No disagreement here. We, right, us black people, don't stick together enough. We're so individual, like we just don't we don't collaborate enough. We really don't. And there's a guy on Instagram, I can't remember his name, Dr. Is it Umar? I'm not sure, but he's so positive and talking about togetherness, and we just got to work together better. It's really, really hard. It's really hard. Quick story. Somebody else on Instagram talked about some college students, right? And it was one of those high smart schools, let's say like a Harvard or Princeton or an Ivy League smart school, right? You got to be really smart to get in there. And so the professor noticed that the black students were not doing as well as the Asian students. Now, we stereotype Asians and say they're always smart, especially in science and math, and they are, but I'm sure it doesn't apply to all. But the stereotype exists, right? And so it's not that the black kids weren't as smart, because they would have never got accepted into the school, right? This school has a level of, you got to be at least here just to get in. So clearly they are smart, but why are they not doing as well as the Asian students? And so he did a little bit of research and talked to them and talked to the Asian students, talked to the black students, and he found out here was the answer. The Asian students, when they study together as a group. The black students went to their dorm room and studied by themselves. And if you're in some class like trigonometry, calculus, engineering, some of those concepts, even though you're smart, you're like, man, how's this work? I'm not getting it. But you study as a group. Now we all got strengths and weaknesses. We're all smart, but the Asians studied as a group, but the black students went home to their dorm room, studied by themselves. So that was the difference maker. So we got to do the same thing as adults in life, that we got to pool our resources together. Like I said before, we all have different gifts. So put them together. Your strength may be my weakness, and somebody else may have the missing piece that neither one of us had. So that's my quick story on, together.
Collaboration. That is priceless. I can say that I was never encouraged in any school environment to work along with, to have others there to fill in the gaps while I fill in gaps for them. That was never something that was even discussed. That's crazy. Now you're making me go, I'm going back. Okay, so I'm going to go back real quick. I want everybody to know I'm going back. Some people may know what I'm talking about, and some people may not. But like on old TV shows, Brady Bunch and things like that, they would have people come over and they would do homework together.
Yes.
They were encouraged to have a tutor, encouraged to go and talk with your teacher and meet with your teacher and go over this paper. Don't just go, this is the grade I got, and keep going. It was never instilled. I don't remember an environment where it was instilled or even fostered or, suggested that I have even that dialogue to go, okay, you're saying this is wrong. Can you help me understand what's right, but why is what I put not right in your eyes? Now, I also believe there's an in your eyes, because sometimes I'm thinking one way and you thinking another. So I need to know how you're thinking, because you're grading it and things like that. So that's interesting. So can you give us number 2 reason why the rich stay rich and the poor stay broke?
Now, this is where people are going to get offended. I strongly believe that our priorities are messed up. Really, really. We rather have a Gucci belt and some red bottom shoes and a fresh car with a $600 car payment. And so how can you invest money if everything you got is on your back and in your driveway? Like I used to sell, I've done everything, right? I've worked at CarMax selling cars. I sold, and let me put this in context, right? Because this is a long time ago, right? So if you say my car payment is $400 or $500 in 2023, they're like, oh, no big deal. That's fine. Even $600, right? Fine. But I'm talking about 2008. Okay. I sold the car to this woman. Her car payment was $700. And she didn't have a driveway. She parked it on the street. And I'm like, are you crazy? But as a salesperson, I want to sell the car and get the commission. But those are the type of decisions we make. You spend the money on a car payment $700. You don't even got a driveway, like a garage, nothing. You park on the street with everybody else. So I say priorities. We want to look good, and we gotta have this image, the clothes, the house, the everything, and broke. Soon as something happened, you like, oh, I got to put on my credit card. I don't have any money saved up for that rainy day.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Yeah. You are correct. You are correct. Correct. He said,
and this, I think it's more, this is really sad, more prevalent now because of social media. So when we were growing up, we didn't have social media, right? So maybe you just had TV, or you had limited view of your school and your friends and your neighborhood. But now social media, you see all these other people with the cars and the clothes and the jewelry and taking trips to, Vegas, and they going here for girls' night in Paris, and they going, and you're like, I want that life, but you don't know what they really do. Maybe they make a lot more money than you. Maybe their boyfriend paid for it. Maybe their husband is rich. You don't know how they got to Vegas on that trip. Like, you don't know if they've been saving up 2 years for that money, but we see all of this and we want it, not knowing what it takes to get it. So social media has made it even worse, that we feel like we got to get this stuff, and this is hurting us. It's hurting us.
Wow. And it's hurting us. It's hurting us. I want to know, that was very impactful and powerful. You are an investment coach.
Yes.
A financial coach.
Coach.
I would say your finances are definitely a part of your life. So in a sense, a success life coach. Listen, I'm just saying. So, in being that, how do you? I just want the people to get to know Coach Mike, Michael, Mr. Horton. I want them to get to know you. How did you start your journey with money, or how did you first see money as a child?
Oh my God. As a child?
Yes.
So, it's a long time ago.
You in this long time, sir, it doesn't look that long ago. I need you to stop.
So, in the 70s, just so your audience will know, in the 70s when I was in elementary school, right? Yeah. Me and my sister went to Catholic school. And so our parents didn't have money. Like, they spent the money on tuition. Investment, right? Investing in the future, right? Investing in kids' future. They spent money for Catholic school education. And so we didn't have any clothes because we had to wear a uniform to school. And we were always envious of the other kids. Like, I want a pair of Pumas, I want a pair of Lee jeans, the Jordache jeans or whatever. We couldn't get it. And whenever I would ask them for something, well, we'll see, right? And then I learned that we'll see means you ain't getting it. We'll see, want to hurt my feelings. They want to hurt my feelings. Like, well, I don't know, money's tight. We'll see. That, then I learn, like, okay, that means you ain't getting it, right? So that's the interpretation. You ain't getting it. So when I was 14 and you could work, like, you got to be so old to work. I want to work. I want to get a summer job. Like, school's out. I'm 14. Let me work and make my own money because I want to get those things, right? I want to work. So I started working. So my experience with money was that money's tight. And like his parents say, money don't grow on trees. And, so yeah, that was growing up in the South Bronx, okay? In the South Bronx, in the hood. Tough times, like really, really tough times. We had enough. We didn't have what we wanted, but we had what we needed. So I was always eager to work and get my own money so I could buy what I wanted, not just what I, needed to have, but buy some of my wants, So that was my first experience with money. Yeah.
That was your first. So what was the first thing you bought with your first paycheck?
Oh my God, some suede Pumas.
What? Yes.
and a starter jacket. Those starter jackets that were the satin starter jackets. Absolutely, yes. Some Pumas, some Lee jeans. I had every flavor you could think of. I had all the Lee jeans, had a name buckle, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because I wanted to look peer pressure is hard when you're a teenager. Like, you gotta look fresh, right? I mean, that's something I know social media and our culture is, you gotta look fresh, right? So yeah, I fell into that as well, but I was willing to at least work and get my own money and not tell my parents that they had to get it for me. Like, I'll work, I'll get my own money, it's fine, Yeah.
But you said something very key. You said as a teenager, there's peer pressure. Nah, baby. Yeah. As a grown person, there is peer pressure to get some shoes with a color on the bottom. Right. The shoe is on the ground.
Yes.
Right? If you see me wearing a pair, it was a gift. And you must know she don't accept gifts for everybody because they got prices on them. I may not have paid for them, but you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Is the mic working? Okay. Yes. So you're saying teenagers, there's peer pressure now.
Yeah.
And you're talking to someone who, I do my own hair. I do things for myself because there are financial sacrifices I'm making for a better future. That's why I'm doing those things. So I'm not saying, oh, you're wrong for not getting your hair. Girl, get your hair done. If you know you can't do it, don't do it.
And your nails done, and your toes done, and get them all done. Yes.
Get it all done, but make sure that there is an investment.
Yeah. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, like, know your situation. If you're a corporate executive and you're a CEO, not even CEO, you're a manager, you're management level, and you're making 60, 70, 80 grand, 90, and you can afford it, go. I'm talking to the people who are making 30, 40 grand, struggling, and what are you doing? Like, so it's different. If you got it, no problem. But a lot of us, why the rich stay rich and the poor stay broke is because the people who are broke are not investing. They're spending money on clothes that they ain't got. Like, now it's either on a credit card or it's not in their savings account. So now that's one of the reasons. Is you got it, no problem. I'm not talking to the people who are making 75 grand, single with no kids, and got money to burn. It's okay, cool.
Hold on. Can I tell you that you're saying amounts, and for me, the amounts don't matter. The struggle is something you put yourself in. You put yourself, if you give someone who does not, got it. I have the perfect example. People win the lottery and they're broke just like that.
Oh my God.
So the amount doesn't matter. People go and play sports, sign a contract, get money, get out, and within 3 years.
Yes.
Gone. So
yes.
I do not think it applies to the amount that you make. I know people who make $30,000 and they're wise enough to have a roommate. They're wise enough to keep driving that old car.
Yes.
They're wise enough to maintain the clothes that they had. And they are, listen to me, they go on vacation. And I'm looking at them like, where you going?
Right.
But they have prioritized every dollar, where it's going, what it's doing, why it's doing it, everything. And then we go back to your tip of collaboration, of working together. There are, you were speaking of our brown sisters and brothers. They will live in a house, and it's about 4, 5 families in there, and they could care less.
Yes, because
they can go and buy all the land over here and build up houses so everybody can have their own house at that point. So I don't think the amount of how much you make, it's what tools are you using? What is your relationship with your money? That relationship makes a difference. What is your plan? How are you organizing it? How are you leading yourself? How are you controlling yourself? Those 4 things, very, very important for prosperity to be something you're able to take part in. You just sparked something in me. I said, because I know people who ain't making nothing and they doing everything.
Yes. And you hit the nail on the head. I mean, I couldn't have said it any clearer. Some people make a lot of money and still living paycheck to paycheck, although they make six figures. Like, why? Because they're living beyond their means. They're not living. Rich people live within their means. You know, you can't live beyond your means, no matter how much money you make. Which is why athletes go broke, because they're living beyond their means. So you're right. More money is not always the answer. It certainly helps. In this country, founded on capitalism, you got to have money. There's no way around it. But sometimes more money is not the answer. As Biggie said, more money, more problems, right? I mean, you got to know what to do with the more money. You got to know what to do with the more money. So, and it's funny I said about teenagers, you said adults, right? What's the name of your show? The Confident what?
You.
Huh? Confident You, right? It is sad that as an adult, you're not confident enough to not fall to the peer pressure. You should be confident in saying, I don't care what they say about me. I got bills to pay. I got kids. I got to feed. I need to invest in my future. You need to be confident and not worry about the public judging you because you didn't have the latest clothes on. That's something that teenagers do. They worried about peer pressure. But you're right. Peer pressure even goes into adulthood. But you got to be confident that, look, I don't care what they say. I know what's in my bank account. Look at, I'm going to bring up two names, public names I think people know about. Steve Jobs, who passed away, the founder of Apple, and Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook, which is now called Meta, right? For years and years and years, they wear the same outfit all the time. When Steve Jobs was presenting, he had a black mock neck and a pair of jeans every time. This dude's a billionaire wearing the same outfit all the time. He don't care what y'all say about him. He know he got money in his bank. Zuckerberg wearing a hoodie. Every day wearing a hoodie. He founded Facebook. He don't care what y'all think about him. So we need to have that confidence to be like, look, whatever, do you. But I know what I got. I know it's in my bank account and I ain't there yet, or I choose not to. I got other priorities, like kids, college education, or whatever your priorities may be. But confident, you can't fall to that as an adult. That's teenage stuff. So
definitely. I also think another aspect of confidence in this conversation would be the confidence to say, listen, I don't know, I need help. I need somebody. You okay? You're not okay? You okay? Okay.
Oh, you done struck a nerve. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness. And sometimes I'm guilty. My friend just called me out on it. Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, I want you to elaborate. You're the guest.
You got it. It's pride. What's the saying, right? Pride cometh before the fall, right? You got to. Pride and ego gets in the way. You got to say, I don't know this. I need help. You're right, but we won't do that. We're too embarrassed and shame. And so, I'm not a relationship or emotional counselor, but I know those are some of the things that trouble people. Why they won't reach out. They're gonna feel embarrassed or shameful. They have pride. They have this image, and they can't let their secret out that I don't know what I'm doing. I need some help. That's a tough one. I don't know how to coach them over that one. But they need to be aware that that's what's holding them back. That they got to reach out for help. So, yeah.
And I think that that's been fostered or roomed in us. And then it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. What you brought up earlier about the study groups, togetherness. And that is also probably why in our community, it's not really the first thing to think of is let me get some help, or the popular thing, or the most, I would say the most used, the most thought of, the most, I can't think of the accurate word, but I just in Marianese, let me just say, we cannot, we won't get anywhere unless we work together. Listen, this gentleman is here because I asked someone else, do you know someone who has a story to tell, who's making an impact on the world, who would not mind coming to share what they do with the Confident You podcast family? And here he is. That's because I shared with someone else that I needed something. And she said, oh, I know somebody. Let me see what he said. That text came back and my text came back and we were on the phone 2 hours later. Listen.
Yes.
I want you to understand working together works together. He's here with me now. I'm going to be on his podcast, which you're going to find out about in a little bit. And then she, the coach to your confident voice, the host of Confident You podcast, confidently looked at that phone and told Coach Mike, yo, I need you. Why? Because she needs help with her finances. Not afraid, not ashamed, because fear and shame will grip you and paralyze you and not have you moving forward in what you need to do. Listen, I want to be somebody who can be an answer to a problem. Listen, right now, what I have in my wheelhouse and ability to do is have this podcast, a place and a space where people can come and share what they do so that others can grow and get better and invest in themselves. That's what I do. That's what this is for. But then I want to be able to be a financial blessing. So therefore, Coach Mike is my financial coach.
I love this platform. I love this platform. This platform.
The confident I just always want people to understand confidence does not mean, oh, I got it all together. No, be confident enough to go, yo, I don't got that. I need what? Help. I need somebody help. Not just anybody, somebody experienced in the thing that I need help with. And that's who Coach Mike is. Audience, I want you guys to understand this man is here so that we won't look at our money in such a fashion that it's scary. And you're scared that you're going to lose it or do something wrong. I'm not even going to talk about you. I'm talking about me. That first year I earned money in my business, I didn't touch a dime of it. I didn't know what to do. I had gotten to the point of actually making money. I made it. Went to my tax preparer. And then I said, okay, what I'm supposed to do with it? How crazy is that? But I didn't want to mess it up. I was scared. I was paralyzed. I was skeptical of what to do. And there we are. And so you definitely now confidently sitting here saying, listen, I need help in this. And I'm not afraid or ashamed to say so. Mike, I just need one moment. Give me one. I'm going to be right back with you. Just a moment. Listen, Confident You podcast family. Yo, I just want y'all to know I missed y'all. Thank you for your prayers. My family and I are doing well. Our brother, we know, is home with the Lord and he is fine. So therefore, we are fine. I thank you for your patience and allowing me to take the time just to mourn, get comfortable with the new, and our family move forward. So I thank you for that. Now, I don't forget that I need you. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. Listen, if you got a girlfriend and you know, baby girl, you know you need help with your mind. If you got your homeboy, yo, dude, what are you doing? Listen, look at this episode. Call this dude. Get hooked up. Listen, so like, share, subscribe, do all of the thing. Get the notification so you'll know when she is dropping an episode. Why? Because Confident You is confident us. I am here to serve you. If you have a special event coming up, or guess what? You could be the special event. If you want to do your own personal photos, if you need those photos for your new business, if you just want those photos so you can adorn the walls of your home with your beautiful face or silhouette, or you actually want a mural of you painted on the wall, listen, I have someone for you. That person is Tanya Stokes. Listen, she is the founder of Compassionate Designs. You reach out to them and you will get a special discount as a confident you viewer and family member. Domestic violence is really real. So if you know somebody, if you are that somebody, reach out to Bethany House 1-888-80-HELPS. That is 4577, or call the National Domestic Hotline 1-800-799-SAFE 7233. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Hey, Mike, what's going on? Listen, I want to jump back in here. So I want to know more about you. You told us your first experience with money. How do you end up loving stocks? Where did that come from? Investing, where did that come from?
I think just being exposed, being a New Yorker, although I'm sure everyone across the country on the nightly news, it says the Dow was up today, or, there was a stabbing, there was a fire, there's a shooting. Oh, the Lakers won the championship. Maybe I was a news junkie, but you see all of this. So it's not just because of being a New Yorker, but seeing it on the news, but also knowing that it's right there. New York, I think, has one advantage over a lot of other cities. Our subway system allows you to go anywhere. It goes everywhere. And if it's someplace that it doesn't go, you don't need to go there. It takes you to Brooklyn, the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. It's everywhere. So if you want to go to Queens, get on the subway and go to Queens. You want to go to Wall Street, get on the subway. Although I grew up in the South Bronx, Manhattan is like a subway, 20, 30 minutes right there. I'm in Manhattan. I'm on Broadway. I'm in Times Square. Go a little bit further. I'm on Wall Street. It's so easy accessible. And so now I'm living in Baltimore, and it's like they have one subway. What the hell is this? I love DC. Baltimore, I'm sorry. One subway. One. So anyway, I think mobility is important. If you can't get to that, but you can only see it on TV, you feel like it's just too far. It's out of my reach, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you can just jump on a subway, go to Yankee Stadium, go to Shea Stadium, see the Mets, see the Yankees, go to Madison Square Garden, watch the Knicks. It's so accessible. Anybody can just jump on a subway and go there. So I think that played a part in it. And then in high school, one of my summer jobs was working in the mailroom on Wall Street. I'm like, okay, I'm in heaven. I'm just I'm 15, I'm just a mail boy, but that exposure, changes you. So I think all of us are a product of our environment. It's hard to not soak up what you're exposed to, whether that's you're in a really, really bad neighborhood or a great neighborhood. The environment matters. The environment matters. Seriously. Why do your parents tell you, oh, don't play with so-and-so, right? Because she's a bad influence. Why do people that can buy a house that could buy anywhere? No, you want to buy a house in a good neighborhood, black or white. You want to buy it in a good neighborhood because the environment matters. You could probably get a cheap house in the hood, but you'll be worried about somebody breaking into your house, somebody robbing you when you come home from work late at night. So the environment matters. And I think just being able to get on the subway, go to Wall Street, and then having an internship in the summertime, it changes you. Environment.
Changed you how?
One quick thing. I got so many sayings to share with you, but I'm gonna say this one, right? And I forgot it that fast. But I'm gonna throw out another one. If you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. Okay? Your circle matters. So yes, the environment matters. Absolutely.
If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. Elaborate.
Yeah. Because I've been beating my head trying to talk to my friends and family about stocks and investing, and they're like, but if I talk about the Jets or the Giants or the Knicks or Kobe Bryant or LeBron, we can talk for hours, right? Hours. But as soon as I bring up stocks, it's a short conversation, right? And I've been trying to change and beat my head against the wall trying to change. I'm like, I can't change. So if I can't change the people around me, well, then I'm going to change the people. I'm going to go get in a different circle, get some other people around me. So that's what I mean by if you can't change the people around you because they just not, okay, fine. We can still be friends, but I need a different circle of friends. Okay? So that's what I would say. And if you're the smartest person in the room or the smartest person in the circle, you're in the wrong circle. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You want to learn. You can't grow. If you're the smartest one. How you going? You can learn from anybody, but you want to be in an environment where you can learn and grow. So I got one more thing. Everything you want is outside the comfort zone. That's one of the reasons we say broke. Everything you want is outside the comfort zone. You gotta get out of it. Everything is right there, but it's outside your comfort zone. That's where it is.
This sounds like number 3 of why the rich stay richer and the poor stay broke. So what is it that the rich are doing that you would say it would be considered uncomfortable to those that are considered poor?
What do they do? It's a lot that they do that I guess we would consider uncomfortable. It's showing up with the same outfit or not having a brand new car in the driveway because of that peer pressure, or investing in something that you're not sure about. So, and you only got a little bit of money. Now, I know how it is. If you don't have a lot of money, it's kind of frightening to go invest in something that you don't know or understand. But there's nothing wrong with taking a small percentage of your money and putting it in something. So let's say you have $1,000 and it's the only money you got. You're like, I ain't risking my $1,000. You know how long it took me to save this $1,000 up? You want me to invest in something? I get it. It took you a while to get that money, right? So can you take $100 and put it in something? How about that? You still got $900. Can you do that? Take $100. Just dip your toe in the water. You ain't got to jump in with both feet if you don't know what this is. You're like, I don't know. Take $100 and put it in there. If you're not like, I worked too hard and too long and saved, finally got $1,000, I ain't risking it. I get it. Take $100 and risk it. See what happens.
Give us a starter kit. Now you've given us the 3 top things that are 3 major components of why the rich stay richer and the poor stay broke. I want to know what would be the starter kit for investing.
The starter kit, and this is not a one size fits all. It is whatever amount you can afford to lose and it wouldn't change your life. So whatever amount that is, if you have $100, you can think about when you go to Vegas or any casino, you say, all I got, you looking at your wallet, like all I got is $100. And once that's gone, it's gone, right? So for some people, that's $10,000. Like once that's gone, it's gone. Some people it's $1 million. Some people it's $2. Whatever your number is, right? That you can lose it all and it's not going to change your life. It's not going to change your life. You'll be sad, but it ain't going to change your life. That's the amount you should start with, whether that's 100, 1,000, 10,000, or $5, whatever amount. So now I'm talking about staying in the comfort zone, right? But you're gonna take baby steps to get outside the comfort zone. But whatever amount you can start with, that okay, it's gone. It's not going to change my life. That's the amount you should start with.
Where do you start investing? Like where can I go?
Okay, I'll give you some names. Most people, if they have a job that has a 401k, most people get a indirect exposure to investing through their company's retirement plan, their 401k plan. Now, I know some jobs don't offer it, so some people don't have that. But a lot of people don't even realize that they're indirectly investing in the stock market because their 401k is invested in stocks. So some people are already kind of in there. But if you want to do this on your own and get started on your own, there's tons of ways. Technology has changed the game about investing. So I prefer traditional old school brick and mortar. Go to Charles Schwab, go to E-Trade, go to Fidelity, right? They have a website and they have an app on your phone, but they also have a brick and mortar location because things happen. If you have Cash App or any kind of app, right, and something happens, can you call customer service and talk to somebody? Can you go into the branch location and say, hey, where's my money? I need a new debit card. I need a new whatever. Or my account's been hacked. Like, there's zero service. So we just love the convenience, right, of it's an app. We love the convenience of it's an app. But I'm gonna say this about convenient. We all go to 7-Eleven or any kind of convenience store, right? And because it's a quick in and out, right? But they don't have the cheapest prices. You may pay $5 for a gallon of milk, right? When you don't really cost $5. If you went to supermarket and spent wisely, you get a better deal on all of the bread, the milk, whatever, right? So I hope I'm not losing people. Convenience comes with a price. If you want quick, cheap, easy, go to 7-Eleven, but it's going to cost you more money, but you'll be in and out. And sometimes you got to do that because you're running late, you got to do it, right? But if you have the time, go to a supermarket or Costco or Sam's Club or where you'll get a better price, but it's going to take you longer. So that's why I say don't do the investing app because yeah, it's quick, it's easy, but quick and easy ain't. That's another thing that we suffer from is we want to get rich quick. We don't have the patience to invest for the long term. We got to get rich tomorrow, like, because we got bills today. So we're trying to hit a home run now. So that's I think rich people are willing to be like, okay, I'm gonna see how this goes and be a little bit patient. But we want to get rich now, and we want to invest in penny stocks. And don't do penny stocks. So because we want to get rich now. It's the same reason, a little bit off topic, but it's the same reason that when you're poor, you dream about making it big, like being an NBA athlete, because at 18, I can go to pros. 19, I can go to pro, make a whole lot of money, right? Or I could be a rapper and make a whole lot of money. Or I could be a dope boy on the corner and make a whole lot of money, right? But come with a risk, right? You might get shot and you might not make it to 19 or 20, right? But the money is fast, right? But it comes with a price. So I think rich people are a little bit more successful because they are willing to be a little bit more patient. Like, this takes time. It takes you 9 months to have a baby. It takes you 4 years to finish high school. It takes you 4 years to finish college. Like, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's just, you can't even have a baby. It takes 9 months to have a baby. So we needed some patience. But I guess when you got bills piling up, it's hard to say be patient, because the bills ain't being patient. Like, the bills are coming in. But so I get it, but we got to be a little bit more patient. And you can't get rich quick, because, it's not the way it works. It's not the way it works.
Okay. So you said,
sorry for the rant.
You're fine. You're fine. The amount, start with a comfortable amount and then move into a more uncomfortable realm of things. Electronic, it's better to go with an actual place where you can go and get assistance and things of that nature. How would you, so you told us how much, you gave us where we can go. How would you say we can go about learning how to invest?
Oh my goodness. So come to me. I'm the first source, right? I would say that I don't know everything, but I know a lot. Okay. I got my stockbroker's license in 1990, I believe. So that's how long I've been in the investment world. I've worked with banks and brokerage firms and insurance companies. I've always been in and around finance. So 1990 when I first got my stockbroker's license. And then during the pandemic, I took the test from a registered investment advisor. So I've been in and around finance for a very, very long time, right? So come to me. I can help you. But I'm like the personal trainer for fitness, but I do it for finance. So if you hire a personal trainer, they're going to tell you how to work out, how to lose weight, how to build muscle, right? But guess who's doing the push-ups? You. I'm going to show you how to do it. You're doing the push-ups. You got to change your meal plan. I got the knowledge, but I'm going to show you how to lose weight. I'm going to show you how to build muscle. It's like a personal trainer, but not for fitness, but for finance. So I can show you the way, but you got to be willing to do the work. You got to be willing to do the work. Now, some people probably are better off paying someone to manage their money for them. So for instance, if your car breaks down, you should probably take it to a mechanic, right? If your refrigerator or something, you probably call some guy to repair your fridge, your dishwasher, or paint your house. Now, we can't do everything, right? So I focus on DIY culture, the do-it-yourself culture. But I know some people don't have the aptitude, or they don't care. They want to just pay somebody. That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. But that's not what I do. I am the DIY. I teach people how to do it themselves. I'm going to show you, as they say, right? If you give a man a fish, he'll eat today. But if you show him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So I'm about showing you how to invest. I'm not going to do it for you. I'll hold your hand a little bit. I'm going to show you how to get started. But you're going to invest your own money. You're not going to say, well, Coach Mike told me to buy Walmart and the stock went down. No, I'm going to show you some things to look at and consider. But that's your decision. That's your decision. I'm not saying go buy Nike stock. Go buy, Uber stock. Well, we can talk, and then it's going to come on you. It's your decision. It's your money. So I believe in showing people how to do it, not just giving them, let me do it for you. No. So sometimes you do take your car to the mechanic, but when it comes to your money, maybe you need to be a little bit more hands-on when it's your money.
Ain't nobody asked you to just get in real close and talk to me like that. Don't do that.
And something you said earlier as well, when you made all that money and you talk to your accountant, you say, what do I do, right? Rich people have someone to talk to in their family. But a lot of times, we're the first in our family to make money. So who do we go to? We're like, I don't know. I don't have any relatives, any friends that have made it, so I don't know what to do. And that's, that sucks. But like, they have somebody they can talk to that they trust, that can show them the way or make a suggestion and let them make the decision. But I can give you a few options and then you choose. we're the first a lot of times. So we don't really know. And that's why I said, if you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. Get a different group of friends who do know this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you if you're around 9 broke people, you're gonna be the 10th.
There was no need. None. Rude.
They say birds of a feather flock together. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the coffee, but I'm full of all these cliches tonight. But you asked me for some jewels to share with the people, right? The birds of a feather flock together, right? It's true. Like, you don't see pigeons flying with eagles. Like, the eagles fly with the eagles, or they fly alone. Pigeons hang with other pigeons, right? Like, wolves run in a pack. Like, they, I'm not saying you can't have other friends, but if you're trying to get somewhere, you got to be with a group that's going there. Like, the wolves are on a mission to hunt. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. So if you're on a mission to get somewhere, you got to be around other people that's on the same mission trying to get there.
If you are on a mission to get, and you're going to do what?
I'm going to drop the mic on that one. I don't want to hurt nobody else's feelings.
I just want you to know that is exactly what you just did. Mike just dropped the mic. Everybody pay attention to what just happened in the room. Mike, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming and sharing. Listen, I want to invite you to the after party. I feel as though there are some other questions that I still want to ask. I really want to know what you would have thought of. Back to my initial story, my initial thought of the podcast. What you thought the king would have done had the person that he gave the $1,000, of course, in the Bible, it's 1 talent, but I just want to use something that's easier to envision. The $1,000 to, what if he would have invested or she would have invested and then came back to the king and said, you know what? I tried this, or I did this, and I did this, and I lost your talent. I want to get your take on what that response would be, but I don't want to get that until we get to the after party, because I also want to know, have you ever been broke, busted, and disgusted? I'm just saying, I want the story. I want the tea. You're going to spill it with me in the after party. So everybody, make sure you tune in to the after party for this episode with Michael Horton. Listen, Coach Mike, before you get out of here, I need the people to know how they can be blessed to be able to work with you. If you could please let them know.
Yes, absolutely. For your listeners, I'm going to do a 15-minute free consultation. There are no obligations. Book an appointment with me and let's just talk. Let's just talk for 15 minutes, a free, no strings attached. We'll just talk. You'll see if I'm the right coach for you, if you're the right client for me. There's got to be a match. I'm not just a one size fits all. So let's book an appointment. That was the first step. Also, I want to throw out there, if you include your email, I will send you an invite, because this Tuesday coming up, I do this on the first Tuesday of the month. I have a free virtual workshop that talks about investing. It's every month on the first Tuesday. So send me your email and I'll get you on the list and I'll invite you to the workshop. It's Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Also on social media, I'm on Instagram and Facebook, Walk On Consultants. I also have a YouTube channel where I post some of the recordings from those monthly workshop meetings. So it's easy to find me on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and monthly you will see a free workshop. But the first thing, book an appointment so we can talk. I just want to talk and see where you are. I don't judge. I will meet you where you are, and whatever you need is what we will talk about. Okay, there's not a one size fits all. I will help you out.
And whatever you need, we will talk about it. What? Listen, don't be shy. Tell the people about your company.
Yes, I started it because, big reason. In this country full of capitalism, why don't we have classes about financial literacy? That is a crime. We've got math, history, English, science, trigonometry, geometry, advanced When are we going to talk about personal finance? Like, why is that not taught in our schools? It's like a conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but we need more personal finances in schools, especially like starting in middle school and high school. Like, and the reason our parents don't teach us because they didn't know. So how are we going to know? So schools really need more personal finance. And that's one of the reasons that motivates me is like, I want to help people because I know life is probably, this is an unfair part. This is how schools work. In school, and I've been an algebra teacher, we teach you a lesson, a couple lessons, a week or two, and then we say, hey, Friday, there's a test, right? And you can have time to study and prepare. Life doesn't do that. Life gives you the test and you fail, and then you have to learn the lesson after you fail. Like, oh, I didn't even know there was a test, but that's how life works. Life's not fair. Gives you the test first, you fail it, then you hopefully learn a lesson. If you don't, life's gonna give you that test again. So I'm here to hopefully help you dodge some of those mistakes.
Very
That's
good. Now, that's not the only thing that you do. I know that besides your passion and love for sharing investments and stocks and financial wisdom, there's also something where if someone has a family reunion or they have a business or they're a company, a corporation, and they just want to get their employees the same banner to wear across a shirt or a hoodie, there's something else that you do that helps people be able to produce that product.
Thank you for the alley-oop. Thank you for the alley-oop. I'm gonna make sure I dunk it. I started this company back when I was a teacher, right? And here's oh my God, here's a whoo. So I'm gonna tell it all. This is a tell-all book, better than Jada Pinkett's book. I used to coach girls basketball forever, right? 23 years of coaching basketball. And so we would go to these tournaments and I would see vendors selling t-shirts, and I just knew that was something I could do, right? So I started selling t-shirts at AAU tournaments, and it kind of grew from there. And so I do have a t-shirt company called Tobbs, right? Now, Tobbs, people think that's my middle name or something like that, because my name actually is Michael T. Horton, right? But the T is for Thomas, right? So they think maybe Tobbs is his last name, maybe Tobbs is his middle, I don't know, right? So people call me Tobbs all the time, but it's not my name. It's just the name of my company. Tobbs stands for I was tired of being broke. Yes, that is Tobbs. And I don't steal it because it is trademarked. I have the trademark proof. Yes. So that is what Tobbs stands for. Yes, because I was a teacher when I started the company and I was just tired of being broke. One of the students asked me, I was teaching after school class about business. And he said, Mr. Horton, do you have a business? And I felt horrible. Horrible. I'm teaching out of a book. And I know my stuff, but I'm teaching out of a book. Oh, turn to chapter 2. Look at page 17. He said, because kids don't know about it. They just, if it's on their mind, they just ask it. I love that. Same with old people. They no filter. They just ask it, right? I'm getting there. I can't wait to be that old person, the uncle at the party just says whatever. Like, that's your third baby daddy. Like, I'm just going to say whatever I want to say. I don't care. I'm getting there. Old people don't care. I'm going to be 60 next year. I'm getting closer to where I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it just like little kids. What you going to do to me? What you going to do to me? So anyway, I started Tobbs because I was tired of being broke. I was a school teacher, and this kid asked me, and I was like, whoa, he's right. I need to start. So I started this t-shirt business, and it has grown every year. And I mean, every year that I've been in business. So I make t-shirts, like you said, family reunions, small companies. I've got some landscapers. I got some tree cutters, people that have a small business that need 15, 20, 30 shirts, basketball teams that need 12 uniforms. That's what I do. That is Tobbs Printing. But I also have a website where I focus on sports. Because of my background coaching basketball, a lot of the shirts are sports related. So it may say something like, trust me, I'm the coach. Or it will say, winners train, losers complain. Or it will say, so something, a funny sports slogan that really could be for basketball or football. One says, all hustle, no luck, right? So all hustle, no luck. So it doesn't matter if it's basketball or football or baseball. A lot of my shirts, there are some that are definitely basketball or football or volleyball. So I have this t-shirt company, and you can shop online at www.tobbs.biz. You can shop. I just had a new shirt come out for Baltimore. It says the Badass Birds of Baltimore is the feature for this month. It's got a raven and an oriole. The purple and the orange is awesome. Already sold one online. So yeah, all of my stuff is sports. But if you have a company or a team, I'll make whatever you want me to make. But the website is more of the pre-printed merchandise. So yeah, two businesses, One's a product, one's a service, but I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of passion, and I don't know, I was tired of being broke. Now, walk-on consultants again comes from sports. Most players in high school get recruited to college, and most players in college get recruited to the pros, right? Every now and then you got a player who's good and is under the radar. It's just not, for some reason they don't know about him. He's too short, he's too slow, whatever. But he believes in himself. Going back to the confident you, right? This player is confident. So he says to the coach, I want to play and I want to try out. And he's what they call a walk-on. He wasn't recruited. He walked on to the team, made the team. He might not be a starter. He may be on the bench, but he made the team. And that is like a unicorn in sports. Like, you a walk-on? Really? Because if you can play, coaches know about you. We know who can play. I don't care. Football, we know who can play. So walk-ons are super rare. But that's where I got walk-on consultants from. Because I feel like I'm rare. I'm the walk-on. I didn't have all the connections on Wall Street. I worked on Wall Street, but I didn't have the connections. I started my own company to teach people, and I'm a walk-on. I'm a walk-on. I ain't the tallest, I ain't the best player, I ain't the fastest, but I know my stuff. So hit me up for an appointment. I know my stuff.
Yes, you heard it here first. Hit him up for an appointment because he knows his stuff. Listen, Confident You, listen to that. He just gave us free 15-minute consultation. Listen, not just for you to go and he's just going to say, yes, come with me, come with me, come with me. Listen, for you to decide if he's good for you and for him to decide if you're good for him. That sounds to me like a healthy relationship. You know, that's what I'm always all about. Mike, I want to thank you for taking the time to be with us. But before you leave, now you gave some amazing tips. I am not saying this because you didn't, but I want you to give some confident tips so that people who just now through this conversation realize, wait, my money is scared money. I want to make money. Give some confident tips so they won't any longer. They will wake up the next day and go, yeah, that's not going to happen to me anymore. Yeah.
You got to get started. I would say as a coach, I've been in charge of players, and I substitute good players in, take the bad players out. I can call timeout, I can change the defense. But the main thing is that they're in the game. So as a coach, I want you to get off the bench and get in the game. Take baby steps. The Africans say, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. So I'm talking to you to say, get started. I don't care what it is, but get started. There's nothing wrong with having money in the bank. And right now, banks are paying okay interest rates. They haven't done this in decades. They're paying okay interest rates. But if you really want your money to grow in the stock market, which averages 8 to 10% per year, okay, which means you can double your money in about 9 years. You can double your money versus leaving it in the bank. It's only going to earn 2, 3, 4%. So please get off the sidelines, get in the game, dip your toe in the water just a little bit. I'm not asking you to dive in, recklessly, but get started. Okay, stop talking about it and be about it, right? Just do something. Okay, please, that's my advice. Get off the bench, get in the game, and try something. Get outside your comfort zone. That's where all the growth is. The growth is outside the comfort zone.
My God, that's where all the growth is. The growth is outside of your comfort zone. I like the kindness that you're showing by saying, listen, dip your toe in. Listen, she, me, her. I'm ready to dive in full on. I no longer want to be in the state I'm in. I want to make a drastic change. I want things to get moving forward. I'm looking forward to the progress we will be able to come back here and tell everybody about in a year. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for the invite. I'm so honored. Thank you for the invite.
Oh my goodness. And everybody, look, please don't forget to go to his YouTube channel and check it out because I am going to be there. I would love it if the Confident You family could come through and support. Thank you so much. Mike,
I've got about 15 videos up there. One video is about ETF, like what's an ETF. I did a comparison of Nike versus Under Armour. I try to talk about things that people can understand, like should you invest in Nike or Under Armour, right? And then also what's an ETF? And trust me, there's some video, 15, 16 videos on there, and you will find one of them that you like. Okay. But it's all about education. It's all about education.
All about education. So will I be your first guest?
Yes, you will. Tuesday, I want you to come Tuesday, 7:00 Tuesday. Okay.
I'll be the first guest.
Remember, education, I say this at the end of every show. Education is a journey. It is not a destination. You will never get there. Like, you have to be a lifelong learner. Don't think you know it all. I've been in since the 90s. I don't know everything. I still learn every day. So don't think you're going to get there. There is no there. It's a journey. It's not a destination. Don't think, oh, I made it. No, it's a journey. So please keep learning.
Amen. Please keep learning. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to learn. All right, everyone, listen. I appreciate you. I gave all of the information earlier, but definitely don't forget to follow me on social media at Marion Swingler and at ConfidentU_podcast. Why underscore? Because there's so much more to come. Hey, I'm excited. I'm excited for what is coming. The new year is coming. So take this opportunity to get ready for all of the things that you're planning to turn that can turn around now. You don't have to wait until the new year gets here to start the process of turning things in your life around. I'm confident enough to realize and admit I need help with my finances. So if you need help, we just had someone here. Reach out, get your free consultation, have a great time getting better, investing in yourself, because guess what? Then you can invest in the next generation. I'm just saying. Have a good one. Good night.